MonsterSportsPicks.com, MonsterSportsPicks.com. This is podcast number 5, coming to you to give you some trends and some plays in NCAAF, college football, and NFL. And we'll probably give away our free play tonight and maybe one extra play. Guys, remember to join uwager.eu. uwager.eu. Use promo code MONSTER when registering. When you're registering, it asks you for your name, to create an ID with your email address or whatever. It asks you for a password, and at the bottom it says promo codes. Put promo code MONSTER, MONSTER, MONSTER. Utilize that website. Best way to deposit is Bitcoin. Best way for payouts is Bitcoin. It's free. You could get up to 3 payouts per week. You can make some money there and get paid there. And who wouldn't enjoy 3 payouts per week? Most sports books only pay once per week, and it's the total balance of your account. Some have limits. OneSharpShark.com. OneSharpShark is a 702 number. It's posted on my website. It's also posted on Facebook. You can contact me directly. Instant message me. Gmail me at monstersportspicks@gmail.com. And you can request information on One Sharp Shark. Let them know the Monster referred you. You could join over there and get a nice account. 200% deposit bonus. Every time you deposit, you get 200% in free play. That's a good amount of money to play and utilize. There's other websites on monstersportspicks.com. You scroll to the bottom, you'll see the banners. Click on those, and you can check those websites out. There's one there that accepts PayPal, Bitcoin, and other options. Even prepaid gift cards. That one there is pretty good. That's the one that I hit pretty hard, close to 10 grand from $40 in free play, and they did pay. They pay out. It's good money. Took them a little while at first, but they picked up on the payouts, and to date, they owe me about 2 grand. So they paid out, and I would refer them to people. The only thing, though, in the beginning I said I wouldn't refer them because they take too long on payouts. They do take long, but once they start paying out, it picked up, and the money came to me, and I'm thankful for that. So they're a good website to utilize, I guess. Just know that I'm telling you up front, sometimes the payouts take time, but if you're a patient individual and you're not rushing, then it's worth utilizing them. That's Sports Betting Online. You can find them through my website. Click on the banner. That'll give me the referral. And they're great to use. But I would prefer uwager, and I would prefer One Sharp Shark if I'm an individual that wants to get paid on time specifically. But if you're an individual that's not in a rush to get paid, they pay the big payouts. I also like their live lines and some of the other options they have on their website. So let's get into college football. College football, best game this weekend that I'm looking at, San Diego State's playing Nevada. San Diego State's only given 2.5. They're 2-0 straight up and against the spread over the last 3 seasons. I think that's a low line going against Nevada. San Diego State has a great defense. To say that they can't win this game by a field goal, I think the odds makers are making a mistake on this line. I think this line should be a lot higher, maybe 7.5 to 10. Maybe it'll jump before game time. So to get in right now at 2.5 is a steal of a deal. I would take that all day long. They're 7-1 straight up and 6-2 against the spread. Their last 8 games versus, and they're 3-0 straight up and against the spread the last 3 times they met. That's San Diego State minus 2.5. Strong stats, strong team, strong defense. I think Nevada's going to have a hard time moving the football against this defense. Nevada, I believe, is 1-6. San Diego State is sitting at, I believe it's 6-1. I don't want to feed you wrong information, so I'm going to go to that stat right now and make sure. That's a late game Saturday. I believe it's 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. 10:30 p.m. Eastern time Saturday. You got San Diego State 6-1. They're 2-5 against the spread this season. The Wolfpack is 4-4, and they're 4-4 against the spread this season. The over's 45. The with the defense they're going to be going against, I'd stick with that -2.5. Right now, 55% of all wagers are on San Diego State, but it's still very early. Most people won't be dropping their money until Friday night or Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, this line will definitely move. I don't see it not moving. The under hit 7 of the last 10 on the road, but the over hit the last 4 out of 6. So it's kind of a weird trend on that. I would definitely stick to San Diego State. Good team, good money to be made. We're also looking at FIU, that's Florida International University, versus Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's been playing like garbage this year. I believe they're 1-6. They're not really worth putting money on. However, FIU has been playing decent. Points have been scored. Western Kentucky's always been good to the over. The trend shows in this matchup, 2 of 2 games have gone over the last 3 seasons. They're trending towards the over. The over is sitting currently at 54. Let me just go to this game so that way I can make sure I have all the information in front of me and I don't feed you anything that's incorrect. I believe this game is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The over sits currently at 54. Only 40% of wagers are on the over, so there's more people on the under than the over. I think that's going to tilt the other way this season. Over the last 3 matchups, they're 3-0 to the over. That's the last 3 times versus. The over's kind of trending. You know, at home, FIU is 2-3 to the over, but they're not at home, they're away. Western Kentucky at home is 2-1 to the over. Away, they're 0-2 to the over FIU. So, it's kind of a trending thing, whether or not they're going to put up the points or not. The total has gone over in 6 of FIU's last 9 games on the road. The total has gone over in 6 of the last 7 games at home for Western Kentucky. I see this over getting touched. I really think they cover it. They could put up anywhere from 65, 70 points. As long as FIU gets hot and they start putting up the points and they put up at least 40 points in this game, I can see Western Kentucky putting up at least 20 to 30. This will cover. So that's San Diego State -2.5 and FIU Western Kentucky over 54. You can also tease it to get a better line. I'm going to give you 2 NFL games now. You could also tease it with to get a 4-team teaser going. Let me go ahead and go to the next matchup in the NFL so I have the stats. Kansas City is playing... Pittsburgh is playing Cleveland. Sorry, let me make a correction. Pittsburgh is at home in this matchup. 3 of 5 games have gone over the last 3 seasons. Currently, the line's sitting at 49. That's 7 touchdowns. It's going to be cloudy at Pittsburgh with temperatures in the highs of the 40s. 50% chance of showers, so it shouldn't be much rain. Wind shouldn't be a factor, so it should be good for the extra points and field goals. The last 3 matchups, last 3 verses, they're 2-1 to the over. Cleveland's 3-0 against the spread, but Pittsburgh's sitting at 2-0-1 because of that one tie that they had as far as winning the game outright. The total has gone over in 12 of Cleveland's last 18 games on the road. The total has gone over in 6 of Pittsburgh's last 8 games. The total has gone over in 4 of Pittsburgh's last 5 games at home. There are some trends to the under there, but I'm leaning over. Pittsburgh's 4-2 to the over at home. Cleveland's 2-2 to the over away. I'm seeing a better chance of this over hitting. I like the Cleveland-Pittsburgh over sitting at 49. A teaser would make it look even better. So that's the San Diego State minus 2.5 college football. FIU, Western Kentucky over 54. NFL, Cleveland-Pittsburgh over 49. That's perfect for teasers. And the last game, which I mentioned a minute ago by error, Kansas City. Now, Kansas City, I'm kind of up in the air on this one. Although the stats are leaning heavily towards Kansas City covering. Kansas City's 5-0 straight up and against the spread over the last 3 seasons. That means they covered the line and won the game over the last 3 seasons. They're 5-0 in its last 5 games against the spread. They're 6-1 straight up last 7 games. They're 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games at home. That's overall just against anybody and everybody. Kansas City 6-1 straight up last 7 games at home. They're 5-0 against the spread when playing Denver, which I had just stated. They're 5-0 straight up. There's a lot of trends to the over in this matchup. Heavy trends to the over. However, I'm leaning more towards Kansas City to cover the 10. I think the odds makers are kind of pushing the number here to scare people away. Denver is not one of those great teams that win games by big numbers. I mean, the Jets beat them 34-16 on October 7th. Baltimore beat them 27-14 September 23rd. Nobody else has really touched them to cover that number other than those 2 teams. Kansas City beat them 27-23. That was at Denver. Now Kansas City's at home, so they're going to have a little bit more spark, a little bit more fire. That was a late touchdown that won that game. Anybody that remembers, we were on that game. We were also on the over in that game, I believe, and we covered. But the odds makers are pushing this over, currently up to 54, I believe. 53.5. What that's telling me is that they believe they're going to cover the line and they're going to put up high points. So right now, odds makers' minds are saying Kansas City's putting up 30-something, 35. Denver's putting up 21. Something in that range is probably what's in the odds makers' minds, which would easily give us a cover on the 10. Most NFL teams, when I see a 10 line, I kind of stay away. Most teams don't cover more than 7. In this matchup, though, I think this is going to tend to be a blowout. So I'm going to lean on the Chiefs here, especially at home. They're 6-1, but they're 7-0 against the spread. So their stats are heavily showing that they're going to cover this. Now, minus the 10 is a decent line, but on a teaser, especially a four-team tease, you can get anywhere from 7 to 10 points back on a 4-team tease. And if you get 7 points back, you're only giving 3, which is even better. And the type of teaser you always want to take is the tie or win. Because if you take just the teaser the way it is, you can lose on a tie. There are teasers that lose on a tie, so pay attention to what teasers you're taking. If you take the one that says that a tie wins, it might pay a little bit less, but I mean, if they lose by a field goal or they win if they win by a field goal, you push and you still win on the ticket. So it's something good to look at when you're taking these teasers. They're offered on some of the websites, not all of them. Vegas has their teaser tickets. I don't know if you can get win or lose. Maybe it might be on one of the teaser tickets that you can get the tie or win option. Teasers don't usually pay out as much, but it's definitely a good pad on your wagers. So that's your 4 games from the Monster. on this podcast number 5. We're already 5 podcasts in, making some money for you guys. And that's the FIU Western Kentucky over 54. San Diego State minus 2.5. Love that game. Kansas City minus 10. And the Cleveland Pittsburgh over 49. Now tonight, guys, in the Major League Baseball, the Monster's got his free pick going on the Boston Red Sox plus 140. Guys, I picked the Boston Red Sox to win the World Series in the beginning of the season. A lot of guys commented on my thread, of course, as they always do, because they think they're better than me. And they said, Houston's going to win. And they picked other things. Houston to repeat. Dodgers, or whoever they picked. Guys, Boston's up 2-0. We're in the World Series. We're winning. And the Monster's blowing it out again. So, take your pick, put it on your own tread, and lose with it. Don't put it on my tread. Because when it's on my tread, I delete it because I don't want to hear about it. I'm giving people plays to win. This week, my free plays, unfortunately, have been losing. It's not often that happens because we've been on a hell of a run. And then one idiot wants to comment that all I do is lose. Well, you must be a fucking idiot and not following the Monster because all I do is win. And there are times that I will lose. Because when you win 22 games in a row, sometimes it comes to a point where you're going to lose 1 or 2. Unfortunately, this week, I'm not happy because I did lose about 4 games straight, which is a bad slide for me. I don't usually do that. It's just a matter of me putting out my weakest play as a free play. You know, once in a while, I'll put out my strongest play as a free play just to get you guys interested and give you advertisement. But my strongest play really belongs to my customers. So a lot of times I'm putting my weakest play out as a free play, as other handicappers do. And today I happen to put out Boston plus the 140. I love Boston tonight. I think Boston sweeps the World Series. I said it in my last video. I said it before the series started. I think they win 4-0 and it's over and Boston holds the trophy in the air. They win the World Series and everybody says, Monster, you picked them. Yeah, I did pick them. And a lot of my customers took them and a lot of my customers are winning on them. And they're going to cash that ticket, not the tickets of the other idiots that put on my post Houston. So take your comments, make your own treads. If you want to comment on my tread, please comment with positivity because that's what we try to keep here. We try to keep positivity and we try to make money because we're making money not only for ourselves, we're making money for you guys. We're making money free and we're making money for paid customers. We want you guys to make money and crush your sports books. We want you guys to become thousandaires. We're even trying to help you guys get good sports books that pay out. So when you start collecting money off the plays we're giving you, you can start buying packages through the Monster. Speaking of packages, we have a sale at monstersportspicks.com. $100 gets you all sports, every sport. College basketball is coming up soon, and we're going to be crushing totals and games in college basketball. We're letting you know now. You pay $100 on monstersportspicks.com. You click donate. $100. You're going to get all that information. All information on all sports all the way until the Stanley Cup. Until the last game of that Stanley Cup is played, you're going to get all that information. Ask the Major League Baseball customers. They're getting all the information up to the last game of the World Series. And the Monsters knowing that'll only be one more game because after tonight they're going to be up 3-0 and the sweep will be completed by the 4th game. Sorry, Dodgers fans. At least you're home and you don't have far to travel to go back home and cry about the game. But Boston's taking this one. Called it in the beginning of the season. I didn't care who they were playing against. They're one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. Their batting was hot all season. Their pitching was hot all season. They had one pitcher that was kind of questionable, but he came around, he heated up, and he's doing it, and he's getting the job done. And when he doesn't get it done, those bats get it done because that's how you win games. And Boston knows how to do it this season. I'm not a Boston fan. However, I'm a money fan, and I go where the money's at, and it's with Boston. And tonight, as a plus 140 dog, you completely have – these odds makers are nuts. They're looking at that pitcher like he's the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, he won some games against Milwaukee, a team that trends with their batting. Sometimes the bats are hot, sometimes the bats are cold. Unfortunately for Buehler tonight, Boston bats are always hot, and they do great against pitching. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give a piece of information here that I read on this game. I found it interesting. Red Sox are batting a .297 with 12 runs scored in the World Series. Boston's 4-0 straight up when Rick Porcello takes the mound this postseason. The Dodgers are batting .194 at Dodger Stadium in this year's playoffs. The Boston bullpen was a little weak, but lately it's been very good. It's been holding opponents to a 3.18 ERA. You know, Dodgers bats have been pretty much not getting it done. You know, they pop out a lot. Let me just see something here. Just trying to make sure I give you guys. All right, Buehler's a right-hander. Porcello's a right-hander. Now, Boston's been very hot against left-handers. They've been torching left-handers. It's one stat I read. In this matchup, that's irrelevant. Buehler is a right-hander. I see the money trending towards Dodgers. Here we go, guys. Here goes your trap. 59% of all money is on Boston. Okay? On Boston. It's the money percentage. Yet the line is trending up. It's at like 153 right now. So you're laying $153 to win $100 if you bet the Dodgers. Yet all the money's on Boston, 59%. Looks to me like they're trying to get more money on the Dodgers. A lot of